General Stein, what's his status?
Ice up, son. What's up? Ice up, son. What's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. The Panthers on the prowl will continue driving down the field to the red zone. We just got a first down and 10. Smitty on the loose, wide open Ted again. Stack 6 more on the board, looking like a win. With the 6-game winning streak, put them out their misery. Brady wanna cry when the ref threw the penalty. Panthers got a hot team, Patriots the enemy. Draw the first blood, different team than we used to be. Cam swerving through the traffic, signaling a first down. Fans on their feet and the crowd getting really loud. Offense did a job off the field, there's a towel. Bank of America, stadium is going down. Defense got him pushed back to the end zone. Hardy with the sack, that's a safety, and we got the ball. Rushing on your shotgun, staring at the barrel, y'all. All New England fans hear him saying that ain't fair at all. Ice up, son, what's up? Ice up, son, what's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding, pounding. Ice up, son, what's up? Ice up, son, what's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Better watch the linebacker, he can read you like a book. Run 40 yards just to tackle Luke. Got him shook, Tober like a tank. And D'Angelo with the fake. Stiff arm, out of bounds, 25 to gain. Stewart back, healthy 3 lethal running backs. It's suicide at the wide receivers, it's a rout. Secret weapon, make plays, Greg Olsen make it happen. Keep pounding on these haters, we ain't playing John Madden. Legion of the Hood, hometown go boom. Force and fumbles, Panthers making sure the ball is loose. Jack move, Charles Johnson, yeah, he will come attack you. State of mind, mentally and physically, we pass you. Godfrey in the nickel back, and he making sure we're safe. Panthers on the prowl, we gon' come and elevate the state. Hard fall thriller, only 59 seconds left. Panther fans on the feet, heart beating out the chest. Ice up, son, what's up? Ice up, son, what's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Ice up, son, what's up? Ice up, son, what's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Ice up, son, what's up? Ice up, son, what's up? Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep pounding. Ice up, son, what's up? Ice up, son. Carolina, keep pounding. Carolina, keep
What's up, Keep Pounding crew? We are live for day 9 of training camp. Appreciate all of you for hanging out. What's going on? Glad to be here. Glad to be here. We tapping in, baby. We tapping in. All right.
What's up? I'm here.
I got my buddy David on the second mic coming in hot. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all of your comment down below if you feel like doing so. And don't forget to check out the Facebook group page. Keep pounding in all caps for in-game posts, polls, opinions, and reactions to whatever those. So for the channel and for the Yahoo Sports Keep Pounding Fantasy Football League. Let's get David up in here. Day 9. We are officially underway. I actually attended this live and in person, ladies and gentlemen. Day 9, and I'm going in for day 10 as well tomorrow morning. Today was my first experience in Tepper's new training camp grounds. So I know everybody's excited to know how that went. So, first of all, let's kind of compare it to the one in Spartanburg. So you guys have like a reference point. If you've never been to the one in Spartanburg, and my man David has. So, the first thing you get greeted with is the amazing friendly staff in Spartanburg. And, you know, they're just incredibly kind people. They put a smile on your face. They laugh. They joke. You know, it's just yeah. It's exactly. It's such a great start to your experience. It puts you in a great mood. You know, just right out of the gate before you even walk in. You know, it's.
Bring your sandwiches and everything, your drinks, and just chill and watch practice and be happy.
Well, honestly, they don't allow food and drinks in, you know, that are prior, you know, so you do have to keep that in mind. So you do have to buy your own drinks and stuff inside of the grounds. So
I'm saying, like in Spartanburg, they didn't mind though.
They were kind of chill about that. I did notice that. You can kind of sneak some stuff in, like you sneak popcorn and stuff in from the movies and stuff, and they won't care, you know. But you know, it's such a great start to your experience in Spartanburg, you know, and you know you got your area for the wheelchair people and the handicapped people. You had your autograph area, you know, you had a grassy knoll so you could see like everything that was going on. And yes, you were sitting in like 98-degree weather, but you could see everything that was going on. I mean, it was so awesome. I loved Spartan every year, and just the experience of it blew my mind every year. And that same staff, I keep giving them love and credit where it is due. These people were able to get you in and out of the place so quickly. It was so smooth, the transition process. Like, I know this, folks. I've been to like 20-some concerts, and the way they do the event staff, you know, directing traffic is awful. But this crew could have worked circles around those people and done a much better job. That was the best staff crew I've ever seen, you know, as far as like getting people in and out. because like after 30 minutes, that grassy area that you see like that was a parking lot is just completely empty. And I'm so impressed. I've never seen anybody do that before. You know, if you've been to concerts in Simpsonville, you know exactly what I'm talking about with Heritage Park. Because Heritage Park is one of the worst when it comes to that. But you know, now let's compare that to Tepper's new experience. Okay, so first of all, trying to find a parking spot was absolute hell on wheels because you had to find a parking spot, you know, that didn't charge you out the wazoo. I got lucky; I found one that charged about $12. There were some that charged 15. You know, and it's part of the downtown experience. You know, they got to make the money. I get it. You know, I'm not mad at it. You know, but um, I had to walk all the way around the building, and I mean the entire stadium to get to the practice field. And even then, once you find the start to this ongoing maze of just barricades, turning around corners, going down a different street. You know, it was just, it was too much. It was just too much. So you had about a dozen blue shirt people, plus a few cops, you know, directing you. You know, like they're traffic cops or something, you know, down the street. And it's just much, and you're taking your job way too seriously. Like, would it kill you to smile? Come on. Even just a little bit, laugh, joke a little bit, you know? I tried laughing and joking with one of them, you know, I was like, yeah, I'm about 15 minutes late. Traffic was murder in Charlotte, which it really is. That early in the morning. So I'm like, yeah. And the dude just had the most stone-faced look on his face, just like. You ever see Donald Trump? You know, when he's not like talking on a podium? That's exactly what I was doing. And I was like, really? This is the new staff, huh? This is Tepper's staff. Now, I do give credit to about 4 or 5 of you. You did an excellent job, and I know you guys know who you are, guys and ladies. You know who you were. You know, so much love to you. But the rest of you, it was like talking to Michael Myers. I was like, what am I dealing with here? And the most you're ever gonna get from him is just a Frankenstein. And I'm like, come on, man. You just killed the first part of the experience for me already. I didn't like that. You know, it's when you go to training camp, you expect certain stuff, you know, and that kind of killed the mood for me right out of the gate. So you go through, you know, the maze of barricades. That's more like an escape room, really. If you want to be frank about it. I see what I did there, Frank. But, you know. And then you finally get to, oh, now they have a VIP area for the fans. I'm just sitting here like, since when did we have a VIP area for training camp? I don't recall that being a thing. Do you, David?
No.
Yeah, that's never been a thing in the amount of time that I've been going down to Spartan. So you got an entire box that's even bigger than the general admission box of people on the opposite side of the practice rooms. They get the autographs first before we even get in general admission, which is understandable because it's VIP, but still, that's on the opposite side of the field. You're taking autographs away from general admission people. And I didn't even see anywhere where you could get a VIP ticket in there. Did you? Like, I didn't see that. I thought it was just all general admission.
You're right.
Yeah, that baffled me. Like on take, even on the Ticketmaster app, I didn't see anything like that.
I was gonna say, can you share that video I sent to you, the stream?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. So we get through the maze of security, and it takes about what 20-30 minutes. You know, these people are just so serious about their job. Like, it's you got like a gajillion freaking metal detectors, which is completely unnecessary. Like that setup for security was just way too much. It wasn't even that bad in Spartanburg, even when they ramped it up.
Yep.
Because I remember for years they never had those metal detectors or any of that. And then they started ramping it up, understandably with all the shootings and everything going on in America. Fair enough. I'm not mad at it. It's good reasoning. You got assassination attempts and all kinds of stuff going on. So why not? But what pissed me off was just how they treated me. It was like, I apologize for the background noise. We're in a hotel, so. But yeah, I thought it was just absurd. I'm not gonna elaborate on what went on there, but you know, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But I thought it was absurd. You know, you go through security, that much security. It's too much. You're doing too much. So we get into the stands, and the stands are just these metal stands that are essentially the same thing as like watching a high school football game, except you've got a cover. So I don't know why, but for some reason these metal steps are just rickety, and it's every time you would step on it, it was like, I mean, you could hear it every time somebody was walking up the stairs. It was so bad. Excuse me for just a second, guys. Come on. Feel like slaying a cup an extra day? Why? Because not only the stench, the fucking water, the toilet or the sink is leaking also. I go to the bathroom and step in a puddle of water. So I told the girl downstairs, I said, I understand, the stench. I'm walking down the hallway, I smell nothing but fucking reefer and the goddamn incense. And then I go in my room, my shit smell like goddamn who done it run. And then I go in there in my bathroom with a fresh pair of socks on, step in a puddle of fucking water.
Oh, I can't do nothing. You can call the general manager. What? Hey, checkout time's tomorrow. What the hell they gonna do now? So now I got to deal with stench and water leakage. And I said that in front of the damn customers that was coming in front of the door. They probably damn turned around and said, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah.
Well, I get us another fucking room, another night for real. Man, for real, like seriously, you smell the stench. I've been dealing with the stench,
bro. Do you really want another night doing that same room?
No, they put me in another room for free.
Then
Hell no, I ain't gonna be in that same room. They gonna put me in
I
another
really
room for
don't.
free. They might put me in that room.
But I don't have anything going on the next day, so
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's. I think we need to go.
Well, they need to compensate or something, man. Goddamn,
Don't worry
I got a
about
fucked up ass, goddamn stank ass, goddamn room.
Well,
With water leaking.
guess what? That's their problem after you check out.
Yeah, well, we need, you need to be compensated for that. Cause you ain't got, you don't have to deal with it, but you still pay for it.
We can deal with this after our stream, please.
I'll do something out of it.
Can we deal with this like after I get back from downtown tomorrow?
I'll do it. I'll see it.
Because like I don't have time for this, dude. I've got to be up at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Alright.
You deal with it. Jesus. Just can't win. Always the bullshit. Always. Damn it. Can't even go to freaking Charlotte without some bullshit. Alright. I'm guessing you heard all of that. Thank God my mics were muted. Oh my God. Alright, let's get back into this. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I want to apologize for anything that you guys heard over that mic. It's a hotel. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always some BS going on. You can't even come up to Charlotte without some BS, man. Anyway, but yeah, I was talking about those rickety steps and stuff like that. You know, it looked like the bleachers of a high school game, just with coverings on it. And I'm just sitting there like, really? It's raised up, you know? And I'm like, really, Tepper? You can't do any better than this? You got billions of dollars. You can't. No, no. I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I've still got an application going through the process right now. So, but at the same time, I've got a duty to tell you guys like what the experience is like too, you know, as a YouTuber. So I can't just like shark on my duties here, you know. You guys need to know what's going on. You know, I'm not thrilled with that experience, you know. Um, the training camp itself, you know, as far as like the drills and everything, okay. You know, I had no issues with being able to see or anything like that, you know. And I was remarking about this before because, and I will even defend the media on this. When you put the media into like this rectangular box, you know, with all their equipment and everything else, imagine the claustrophobia. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've got claustrophobia at all, you're in for a bad time for an entire month. So, and these people have to be paid for it. They have to do that. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But at the same time, with all the garbage the media's been doing with the power plays and everything, with the video footage, karma's a fun thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I will have to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's. So you want to tell them about that video that you saw?
It's in your messenger.
Hold on. This. Okay, the mic's on.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
You're
You're good now.
Alright.
Yeah. So I'm probably not gonna play it for everybody, but just like go ahead and just give them a brief thing on it.
It's really good though. For real, it's a really good video. It got me hyped.
It's called "Why the Carolina Panthers Will Be Way Better Next Year," and like I've been saying this, and it's by real friends in football. He goes into a lot of detail. I didn't get a chance to dig through all of it, so I'll let David do that since he's dug through the whole video.
Okay.
Yeah, just briefly sum up what you heard from him, if you don't mind. You're on the mic, buddy.
Okay.
Sum up what you heard in the video for the viewers, so that they can get a good idea.
And it's kind of like shell shocked me, like. I think a lot of Panther fans don't understand what we really have right now. Like, they need to really watch that video. Open their minds up, like that really got to me, man. Like, I mean, real, that was a really good video.
Alright, let me see if I can play it for everybody. We'll break it down. We'll break it down. We got to get through the depth chart as well.
I promise, man, it's worth it. They need to hear this.
Alright.
It got me pumped up, man. That video got me pumped up. I mean, real. Being real about that.
Alright. Let's kind of play through this. I've got it queued up.
Ball, so excited, guys. I don't ever want to lose this feeling. I never want to lose this feeling. My first chance to be a head coach. It all starts right here. I don't mind saying it. They put the microphone in front of me. I'm gonna talk about it. If we're gonna own the NFC
Plus
South,
one
this is how
equals
we're gonna do it.
70%.
Welcome on in, Panthers fans, Panthers faithful.
I think he's
I
referring
have
to the
a
turnover.
beautiful video for you guys today. There's some things that I want to talk about, some things how I believe your season will be going next year, and then we got to talk about Dave Canales, the great things that he have done for quarterbacks, and what I think he'll do for your quarterback, and then we got to talk about what are your expectations. What do you believe is going to happen for your 2024 Carolina Panthers? Because I'm telling you right here, I'm telling you right now, the narrative.
Okay, before we go further with this, everybody's got their own opinion. Some people are saying 4 wins, some people are saying 7 to 8 wins, like myself. Some people are saying 8 to 12, like David here. So until we start playing games this season, everybody's correct. So I just want to make sure that everybody is aware of that. So no narrative so far is wrong. So let's continue.
Is Bryce Young's a bust. The narrative is, the Panthers are going to be trash again. The Panthers are a team that, gosh, dang it, dude. I don't think this is a team that we actually got to close our eyes and be like, this organization has always been dog water. I know that there's been bad seasons, but I don't know, man. Ever since the early 2010, of course, when Cam came into the building, so what, the past 14 years, there has been success in the Carolina Panthers facility. So I don't like that the Panthers are getting this, once upon a time, this was the Cleveland Browns. That was just a joke of the
Yeah.
league. Once upon a time, this was
Agreed.
the Detroit
I
Lions.
don't like that stigma
I don't
either.
think you guys are where near that narrative. And I
Yeah,
want
and that
to just
narrative.
really start things out by
Because
saying
we've
that
had
you guys have
success, over the years. He's absolutely correct, and
have not seen episode 1 of the Panthers blueprint. It's like this little Hard Knocks thing that your team is
he's
doing.
referencing episode 1 of the blueprint. We've all seen that.
What do
I broke it down.
from that? You get a good, legitimate representation of Dan Morgan, right? So a former linebacker that you guys drafted at
Correct.
2001.
That is a good
did a lot of
representation of
phenomenal
Dan
things on the field
I
for the
will agree.
organization. He leaves, goes to a couple teams, retires, and then comes back into the building.
I mean, the
as a
press
guy that
conferences
knows everything
by
about the
themselves.
team culture. He knows everything about the
So.
good and bad seasons. And him being a former player is going to be able to really be able to digest talent. And so him being the new president, new GM, I think that's bode well. But I cannot even, I'll say it like this. This is the best way for me to say it. If, I'm a Bengals fan. If anything happened to Zach Taylor, how up in the air happy, legitimately happy I would be if Joe Burrow had Dave Canales as his head coach. This
Now you dreaming, buddy. Ain't nothing gonna happen to that coach in Cincinnati, man. What you talking about? Did he just say Joe Burrow? Joe Burrow's your coach in Cincinnati? No, he isn't. No, he isn't. You don't even know who your head coach is in Cincinnati. You're a Bengals fan. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
of genius. He literally
Sorry, I had to call him.
reputation of resurrecting careers and getting quarterbacks paid. And we've talked about this multiple times, but I want to give up describing how great Dave Canales is, and that's by using stats, numbers. And the best way to talk about numbers is to talk about stats and money.
Numbers and stats.
In 2021, right, Geno Smith gets to Seattle. That's his year where he splits time with Russell Wilson. He gets the job at the back end of the season. But then, hey, Dave Canales and Geno Smith work really, really hard. They click. They acclimate to each other. And things pop off in a great way where Geno Smith has a completion rate of 69.8, which is the best he has had in a full season. Passing yards at 4,000.
Hold up. Before we go any further, let's break down these numbers he's putting on the screen, because this is interesting. He's talking about Geno Smith, and let's go ahead and throw out the Jets numbers, because the Jets are trash. Okay, the Jets have been trash way before he came along. So anything that looks strange and out of place coming from the Jets, yeah, that's not who Geno Smith is. I'll already say that right out of the gate. But look at the percentage of his completion rate. Even with the Jets, in his last 2 years, it was 64.3 and 57.1. Those are the two numbers I wanted you guys to see. Now, when you look at his rookie numbers in 2013, he went over 3,000 passing yards. But look at his interception rating, 21 interceptions versus 13 touchdowns. That's why, yeah. Again, it's the Jets. So, you knew I was going to get to this. Chargers, he didn't even really do anything. Giants, he was a backup. Okay, let's toss those 2 years out. Those two were garbage. Garbage time in his career. Even his first year in Seattle, he only had 33 yards. Let's toss that out. Didn't even get to play. So, man. All right, so basically we're looking at years 21, 22, and 23 of Seattle with Geno Smith. Technically 22 and 23. That's when Dave Canales took over, was 22, correct? In Seattle.
Correct.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Why yardage was so high. So you had a 69.8 completion percentage in 2022, and you had a 64.7 completion percentage in 23. And you're looking at 30 touchdowns versus 11 picks, 2022. That was his career year right there. Then in 23 last year, you're looking at 20 touchdowns and 9 picks. So, I mean, noticeably, that's big numbers right there. And it's big numbers that had a lot to do with Dave Canales, pushing him, and comparatively Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay as well had bigger numbers once Dave Canales started working with him. So, I mean, the common factor here is Dave. It's clear. So, that being said, you got a rating of over 100 for 21 and 20.
Yeah.
So, and in 2022, you're looking at 4,282 yards. That's not too shabby. So, whatever Dave did, he broke Geno out of that freaking glass ceiling and helped him reach his peak. Same with Baker Mayfield. When we thought, okay, you put a certain standard on both of these gentlemen, and you think, okay, well, there's not really much hope that they're ever going to break that glass ceiling. Turns out they did under Dave. So this dude's got a talent, dude. I really do believe that. I'm not really going to tag him with quarterback whisperer, but he's definitely got a talent. So I want to see what he does with Bryce. And so far, so good. Watching the footwork, watching the technique, watching him, not panic, step up into the pocket, roll out when he's supposed to under pressure, not panicking like he used to do. Finding his footing, throwing it across his body like he's supposed to be doing. And not immediately giving up on the plays. Is definitely an improvement. Now we got to work on his accuracy, because today the accuracy wasn't that great. But I'm gonna tag that as just him having a bad day. It does happen, because we all know he has more in it than that. There were a lot of overthrows today, and I was like, okay, I can't. Okay, Bryce. Let's recover. Let's recover. Come on, recover, bounce back. What you got for me? I kept saying it throughout the whole day. I was just like, come on, man. Let's see what you do. But to be fair, his counterpart, that was working behind him didn't do that well either. So it is what it is, But we learned a little bit more about this new backup quarterback, that now he can throw intermediate passes as well. So add that to the identity tool belt. Now, deep passing, because the secondary is doing so well right now, that's going to take a while for us to get deep passes accredited and acclimated and evaluated properly. It'll be long after I leave Charlotte, most likely, before we hear about him connecting on his deep pass. Maybe a few days after. That's how that defense has been rolling right now, which is a good thing. I'm seeing good things from these corners, the safeties. Really looking forward to, continuing to see that tomorrow morning. So, very encouraging. So let's continue with this video.
282 touchdowns at 30, and then a quarterback rating of 100.9. And then Dave Canales, what? He leaves and goes to Tampa Bay. And what happens? Geno Smith has a down year. The completion percentage goes back down to 64.7. The passing yards gets halved by almost 600.
Ooh. Dave Canales leaves, and this man's numbers got cut in half. Think about that for a minute. Just let that sink in, folks. This is the Dave Canales effect. When you lose Dave, you lose half of the success you've already built up. Instantly. We better keep this man. We better keep this man, I'm telling you.
I'm a jaw, bro.
Alright.
So,
You good? Thank you for joining us, David. Appreciate you, man.
I'm sorry. What you gonna say? Alarm is tired. You have the morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no problem, man. I gotta be up early tomorrow, too, so I can't be on so long.
Please be sure to share that stream. It was really motivating to me.
Oh, yeah. We're going through the video right now. We're gonna put it up on the Facebook group page for you. Alright, buddy?
Please. It was really good.
Sounds good. Appreciate having you.
Absolutely, you're awesome. Keep pounding, pay the fans. Like, we've been through hell. We haven't been in the playoffs almost a decade. But just keep pounding, man. Look at the bright side of things. That's what I try to do.
Stay optimistic. That's what we gotta do, man. That's the type of energy we gotta bring.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off her, bro, but later, man, keep pounding.
Keep pounding, brother.
Later, bye.
Later. Alright, so that was David, everybody. Yeah, I'm encouraged. I think that there's a lot of potential coming up here, as I said. But let's continue diving into this, because the numbers got cut in half, those gents. Half. That's not a fluke. That's real. Oof.
He has 10 less touchdowns, and his quarterback rating is at a 92.1. But the beautiful thing about how Dave Canales left the building is that Geno Smith signed a 3-year, $75 million contract, including $40 million guaranteed, making him a $25 million per quarterback. And so once Dave Canales leaves the building of the Seattle Seahawks, he heads to Tampa Bay. Who's his quarterback? Mr. Baker Reagan Mayfield. Baker Reagan Mayfield, he's been all over the place these past few seasons. He actually had a stint with you guys, and I'm just going to keep it G. You probably could have, should have, might have potentially kept him around a little bit longer. Go, of course, get rid of that crappy coach. I can't remember his name right now. Look at his years that he had in Cleveland. Those are the years that we really have to take into full account. Some of them are great. Most of them are. But look at what he did in Tampa. Completion rating, 64.3. 4,044 yards passing, his highest in his whole career. 28 touchdowns, his highest in his whole career. And 10 interceptions. And the quarterback
gives you the power.
Let me get through the ads, and I'm gonna put those stats back up on the screen. Hold up. All right, hold up.
64.3.
Hold up, y'all. So we got a 64.3 completion percentage. I mean, he was already consistently putting that up anyway with the Rams, with the Browns, so that was already a thing, you know. Um, my whole thing is that the rating is gonna stay the same. Yeah, it's all over the place, but 28 touchdowns, 10 picks, 4,000 yards. These are the numbers I want you to see right here because those are the important ones. Bump the rating, bump the completion percentage, focus on the yardage, the touchdown to interception ratio. That's the Dave Canales effect right there in stats. You're going to see it with Bryce Young. Watch. It's going to happen. It's coming. Now, I also want to point out the fact that during his stint with the Browns, look at this, over 3,000 consistently. That's how good Baker is. That was before he broke his glass ceiling with Dave Canales. That's how good he actually is. Then you work with Dave Canales, 4,000 yards. Look at that touchdown ratio right there. Gorgeous. And you saw a flash of it in 2020, the 26 touchdowns to 8 interceptions there in 2020. That's, man. And we are talking about the one Browns quarterback that actually beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs. In the playoffs. By a good 14-point margin. 14 points. This is the same Baker Mayfield, folks, that Dave Canales got a hold of, started working with, and look at that beautiful line right there. So if he can do that with Geno Smith and he can do that with Baker Mayfield, watch Bryce Young's stats. Watch Bryce Young's stats. That's all I'm going to say. Watch the stat line. Yeah, we might not make the playoffs in the first year. And that's okay. If the 7-8 wins holds up. If the 8-12 holds up, we're exceeding expectations. And that's the type of numbers you should be seeing out of Bryce. Because the system is fully set up. Now, if we're talking about the 4-win season prediction, then the thing is, you're still going to see those types of numbers from Bryce. So regardless, that's going to be a consistent theme in any one of those three scenarios. Pick them, choose them. Everybody's trashing Bryce Young. Oh, his size, this, that, and the third. Okay, watch the stat line. This is proof right here. This man is literally showing you proof of the Dave Canales effect on quarterbacks. That you did not think that they had more to offer, but they did. Shout out Like Poppy. Thoughts on DJ Johnson being starter? My thoughts are that he's being hyped up to be that right-hand man to Clowney on the other side. They see him as the most talented pass rusher we have, besides Clowney himself. They're saying the answer is in house. As far as fixing that problem. I don't know enough about it or him, to be honest, to tell you whether this is the right move or not. And we're gonna go through that depth chart. Don't worry. Um, that is on the agenda tonight. Did you see good things today? Again, I saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I said that during Fan Day as well. But I'm going to continue to repeat that line because that's what training camp is. You're going to see the good, the bad, the ugly on any given day, with a competitive roster. Um, the good is I've found an identity for at least two or three of the smaller players that we have on our roster that nobody really knows that much about. And another good one is the fact that Chow Smith Wade had a pass deflection today. So good job, Chow. I think he actually had a pass interference too, but he did well. I was very impressed with how he held up. So shout out Chow. Um, uh, but he was one of the ones I wanted to keep my eye on and learn more about. Are we doing with the next Dante Jackson there? I think yes. I still think yes. But keep pushing it, dude. Keep pushing. Because I know you got a little bit more in you, Chow. I believe it. I believe it, dude. If there's any coach that can bring that out of you, it's Dave. And who we have on Mr. Ajaro. So, um, the bad today was, again, Taylor Moton getting pushed around like a tackling dog. I'm seeing it again and again and again. It's a repeating pattern, and I don't like it. Like, at some point, Taylor, grow a spine, dude. I said it during camp, too, when I was under the seatings. I don't know whether you heard it or not, but next play, he had a pretty good run block. So I said, okay, the man can run block. We know this. But can he pass block consistently? That's what I'm getting at. That's what I want to see him do. And so far, I haven't seen it. Still haven't seen it, and we're halfway through camp. That's concerning. The pressure keeps coming from his side. And I guarantee you it's not Brady Christensen. It's him. Everybody's going to be so quick to blame Brady Christensen and want him out of here. No. Brady can only do so much. But the man's going to be on an island if Taylor Moton can't get his act together. Blocking two guys. And during a regular season game, it's one of them's going to be a veteran pass rush. Almost guaranteed 3/4 of the season. So you better step your game up, Taylor. Take the pressure off of Brady. Let him do his job one-on-one. I'm just not. I'm not feeling it, dude. I'm not feeling it, and it's a concern. Icky did pretty decently well. I'm satisfied with Icky for today. He did have the false start, so I'd like to see him clean all those penalties up. But training camp's the place to have those types of penalties if you're gonna have them. Also, now let's get to the ugly. And I know this is gonna add fuel to the fire to all the people that hate Bryce Young, and all the people that love Bryce Young are gonna roll their eyes when I see this. Bryce had a rough day today. It was not great, and I I attribute it to him just having a bad day, because he's got more. But the overthrows were so bad that I was just going, oh no, ugh, oh no, you know, this ain't it. You know, I kept sitting back there like, come on, Bryce, man, put some respect on your name. Show these boys you got some skills. Because right now you're starting to look like total shark bait, and nobody wants to see that when they come out for a training camp practice. You know, most of these people expect a certain standard out of a quarterback. Some of them unrealistic standards, mind you, and high standards, but standards nonetheless. And you got to come out there and start balling out. That's the thing. And if you don't, it's going to make you look like trash to all the people that hate Bryce Young and this, that, and the third are going to come out, during people's streams. And it's just, uh, here we go again. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to spark debates again. And this is not good. This is not healthy. It's like, let me put it to you like this. When Cam Newton was quarterback, every single time he had a bad game, everybody went 8. Trying to bash Cam Newton, trying to throw all kinds of shade at Cam Newton. And at the end of the day, he's still Ace Boogie, man. He's still going to come out there and ball out for you. I was like, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. He's going to do just fine. So I don't have a problem with it. One bad day is not, does not define who Bryce Young is. And neither did it for Cam Newton, because Cam Newton came back out, he balled out. Who's to say Bryce isn't going to come out tomorrow morning and ball out? On the Tuesday morning. When I head out there again, I want to see some great throws, man. Bounce back. That's what I'm looking for. How do you bounce back? And that applies to everybody, not just him. So, and when it comes to quarterbacks like Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield, you're given a certain identity and a certain standard. And once you're stuck with that identity, as a quarterback, it's hard to erase it if it's a negative one. I'll tell you that much. But if it's a positive one, it can go away like that. And that's the point I'm trying to make. This is what you're doing with the NFL is, what have you done for me lately? So, what has Bryce Young done lately? It's a bad day. Whatever. It's training camp. You know what I mean? He's allowed one bad day. I feel like after hitting as many passes as he has, doing what he's been doing, I give him the 1 day pass, man. Come on. Y'all can't. If we can't come together on this, I don't know what to tell you. But I better see you ball out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Come back out there, get your rest, hit the books, learn as much as you can, and then go out there and apply that knowledge. That's what I want to see from Bryce. That's called recovery. So I fully expect that to happen. All right, so let's continue. Proof is in the pudding, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith. Dave Canales' effect is in full force. And Bryce is next. So be ready, folks. Be ready.
4,044 yards passing, his highest in his whole career. 28 touchdowns, his highest in his whole career, and 10 interceptions. And the quarterback rating at a 94.6. But wait, there's more. Once Dave Canales once again left the building, leaves Baker Mayfield, Baker signs a 3-year contract worth $115 million. Both of these teams that Dave Canales was also in charge of, offensively, they made the playoffs. So my whole thing is this and this only. The defense that the Carolina Panthers have.
And who's to say we don't get lucky and make the playoffs? 7 to 8 wins puts us in the wild card hunt. Who's to say the division doesn't balance each other out like they did last year, and we get lucky when we get in with 8 wins? Who's to say what's going to happen? We don't have a crystal ball. Crazier things have happened, and that's just following my path. The 7 to 8 wins. Who's to say half these teams on our schedule don't start stinking it up, and we get our 10 to 12 wins. Who knows? The league is a screwed up, weird place lately. I will say that. I'll be the first to say that after watching what I have. But yeah, let's go.
With Derek Brown literally holding up his mantra, his draft mantra of being a disruptive interior player and him being the face of that defense, how is this not going to work for Bryce Young? Please. And I just get so frustrated, and
that has nothing to do with Bryce Young. Derek Brown has nothing to do with Bryce Young. I don't. Okay. What logic is this? Please do explain. Now, when I evaluate Bryce Young, I evaluate Bryce Young. Period. I'm not looking at our defense. I'm not looking at this, that, and the third. I'm looking at Bryce Young. I'm looking at his footwork. I'm looking at his hands. I'm looking at, can he step up into the pocket? I'm looking at, can he roll out? Under pressure. Yes. Do all of those. Yes, he can. Stop acting like he can't. That's what frustrates me. Give him the credit for the skills that he has. Stop discrediting this man. It's embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourselves. If you say he doesn't have the skills. Honest to God, you are. This man's got the skills. He's got the talent. Let the man cook. Let's go, man.
Have a colleague. Actually, I'll just say it. His name's Luke. And he's listening to this right now. And he thinks Bryce Young is a bust. He thinks Bryce Young is gonna be out of the league, and he doesn't think Bryce Young's that good. And I'm over here as his, partner, and I'm like, dude, come on. You see what he did for Adam Thielen? What did he do for Adam Thielen? He made Adam Thielen, who was a wide receiver that was, I feel like, on his way out of the league, possibly, maybe, He gave that guy 1,000 yards receiving and over 100 receptions. That is just something that honestly blows my mind every time I think about it. Seriously, it blows my mind every single time I think about it. And then you add in Deontay Johnson, who I am a Bengals guy. I was so petrified of him as a Bengals fan. He always made spectacular catches. He has get away from the cop speed. That's a crazy quote. He has so many things in his package to where it's like, pause. How does he fare with Bryce Young if Bryce Young can give I'm sorry to say this, an elderly old man the production that he gave him? Understanding with Adam Thielen, his inability to separate, his lack of speed, his lack of, legit, elite athleticism all dwindling away, and you get the ball 100 times and then go over 1,000 yards, that means that Mr. Bryce Young has to pinpoint perfectly, put the ball in a certain spot, certain window. The timing has to be perfect. And I just love where this team is at right now.
And I saw Bryce do that a couple of times today. So don't tell me he can't do it. The man's got the ability to do it. I don't want to hear, oh, he can't throw accurately, even though 75% of the passes today were garbage. Okay, so what? He has a bad day. So what? And your point is, everybody's entitled to a bad day in training camp. It does happen. But how do you bounce back? That's what everybody needs to know. So yeah, you've got the weapons, you've got Thielen, you've got Deontay Johnson. And yes, TMJ did get involved in a pass, today. I was very happy to see that. David Moore, they used him. It's not like we're not using these weapons. It's just Bryce just having a bad day. It's all it is. It happens.
I would also say that there is just a big push to fix Bryce Young up. He wasn't perfect last year, of course. And that's something that I kind of need to, step back on. Supposedly he had not the greatest of feet. But you're not going to have the greatest of feet when you don't have the greatest of offensive linemen. And you needing to stay in the pocket and take certain shots that you shouldn't be taking. I just think the things that have been fixed with this offensive line, I hope they all come out next year and understand that they have a guy at the quarterback position that can get the job done. Jonathan Brooks, the bigger back, I hope he is the starter. I hope there's no Miles Sanders. Hey, he makes this much money. We can't sit him. He had a bad year. It looks like he has his mind right to have a better year this year.
Excuses, excuses, excuses. You see where this is going? But no, these were actually good reasons. Think about this, folks. We had terrible coaching last year. Terrible. We had the best car salesman ever on the planet as our head coach. Let's be real here. Nobody was developing under that. Nobody. I challenge you to find a player that was. That wasn't doing it by themselves. So, okay.
That's fine. That's dandy. That's awesome. But Jonathan Brooks better be the bell cow running back for that team because you need a big back for a small quarterback. That's just what it is. I'm sorry. I didn't write the rule book. But that's the consistencies. And then once again, I'm not going to be big on Xavier Legette being the guy, that changes the organization for the Carolina Panthers.
I just don't love that he's hurt
right now, but everything just seems to be precaution.
Get to the point.
Johnson being the number one receiver for Bryce Young, I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna try to get him in our sleeper league. I'm trying to figure things out. If I
you
can
put
get him
me
in
to
sleeper
sleep
league,
right
maybe
now.
give up a second or third round pick.
Get to the
in our
freaking
dynasty
point.
league. I gotta get him. I love the potential of what could happen there, and I like that Dave Canales is already speaking in a way that's going to best help this team and best help Bryce Young. Once again, I encourage all of you to watch that episode. You fall in love with the guy. I feel like it's just a dude that you definitely want to be in charge of your organization. And he's just all ball. He's an A-type personality. He might be on the spectrum. He's just all football. And I know that's going to mesh really well with Dan Morgan, who is another A-type personality. alpha, all about ball. And I think that just beautifully blends into the culture. And so, and another great thing is this is just a side note to everything we've talked about. JC Horn is there at practice, and that's just a good thing to have one of your better defense.
And your point is, J.C. Horn has been there, dude. He's been at every training camp practice. The only time he hasn't been at practices is when he's been hurt during the regular season. I fail to see why this is important.
Defensive players who has injury concerns, of course we know this, but he's at these OTAs, and I just love that for what
he's at the training camps too. Your point.
Seems like everyone's believing in him, but I just want to know: Do you believe in him? Do you believe in your team? Do you believe in Bryce? Let me know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, I believe in what we built. I have that much confidence in it that I say that we can max out the schedule with 7 to 8 wins. That's pretty ambitious, actually, if you think about it. With all the people that are saying 4 wins, that's pretty ambitious. But if you take a look around the league and what's going on with these teams, and compare them to what we built in this one offseason, just a one, I think 7 to 8 is realistic. Now, exceeding that, fantastic. I'll try to get my hands on a playoff ticket, if we make it to the playoffs. But right now, I got to do it. I got to do it, man. Hold up. Nope. That's not what I was looking for. I got to do it. I got to do it. Come on.
Well, I'll start off by saying this. Do not blame that game on the defense, okay? I don't care who you play, whether it's a high school team, a junior college team, a college team, much less an NFL team. When you turn the ball over 5 times, 4 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 3 runners in field position to set up touchdowns, you ain't going to beat anybody I just talked about. Anybody.
Is he wrong, though? Come on. Is the man wrong? Come on, 5 turnovers during that situation. Wow, that's horrendous.
All right, and that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that.
Oof.
We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked. You can't turn the ball over 5 times like that. Holy crap. I don't know who the hell we think we are when we do something like that. Unbelievable. 5 turnovers. One of them, we've thrown 4 interceptions for touchdowns this year. That might be an NFL record. That's pitiful. I mean, it's absolutely pitiful to perform like that. Pitiful.
Love Jim Mora.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
The amount of times I should have played that clip last year. Oh, the amount of times I should have played that and there were missed opportunities. Oh, man. I am kicking myself for not doing that. Oh my God. Missed opportunities, man. Wow. All right. Anyway, but yeah, 7 to 8 wins is taking everything into account. That's the injuries. It's the maximization of the schedule. It's Dave Canales. It's Bryce Young. It's everything. Based on what we know, right? As of right now. And I don't see any reason why we can't do something big, you know? I really don't. Let's see. So let's take a look at the step chart. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Oh, I should show you guys. Hold on just a second. I have something to show you guys from training camp that I picked up today. Actually, a couple of things. 1 second. Shout out to the people in the team store. You guys do such an excellent job. You know, whoever comes up with the products, that are being sold and the designs on said products, excellent job. Here's a great example of it right here. You got the hoodie. This is for cold weather situations. I mean, this is fantastic, dude. You know, got it for 55 really, but they marked it down to 15 because it's 40% off. That for that rack. Fantastic. It's got pockets. You can keep yourself warm, your hands warm. I mean, this is perfect for in stadium use too. If you're going to a game. Awesome piece of merchandise for you. That's filling two needs right there. Not just not just buying the hoodie, but filling the needs. Just the goal that I have. And of course, I love the t-shirts. Always been a humongous fan of the t-shirts. Whenever you see me around town, whenever you see me working, I've always got a Panthers shirt on. I'm celebrating the brand. You know, I'm I'm always rocking my Panthers gear, man. Always. When they deserve it, I have it on. If they don't deserve it, I take a break from it and I put Clemson gear on. But and to kind of round out what I got also today is the Julius Peppers Hall of Honor pennant, and it's a gorgeous pennant, absolutely gorgeous pennant. I love it. That's going right up there, you know. Um, I do collect championship pennants from my favorite teams. So if you guys happen to run across a Super Bowl 50 pennant or a Super Bowl 38 pennant, from when we were in it with Jake Delholm, please do let me know where you found it because I want to get my hands on it, especially if you're in South Carolina because I will drive there myself and I will go grab it that day. Typically, I don't mess around. If it's for a fair price, I'm all the way over. You know what I mean? And for the people that missed it, shout out to the people in the collectathon booth. Greg Olson, mini helmet, signed by the legend himself. I mean, folks, it doesn't get much better than this. I've got Thomas Davis. Now I've got Greg Olson. Come on, man. Come on, man. I was asking if they had Luke Kuechly as well. I thought, yeah, there's no way I get the trifecta. not to, not on Sunday, but eh, hey, you never know. But I was not expecting there to be like sports memorabilia. Like it's a geeky, um, you know, meet and greet type thing. You had Pokemon stuff, you had Power Ranger stuff. You expected that. You know, but I know this isn't Panthers related, but I had a blast at Collectathon though, and shout out to Hooked on Sabers. I got myself a Star Wars lightsaber. I'm gonna show my geeky side a little bit, but check this beautiful thing out, man. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I am proud of this thing. I am absolutely in love with it as far as a collector's item. Like it's just fantastic. So shout out to them. This whole trip to Charlotte's just been fantastic so far. Um, I would have liked a better training camp experience, you know, but I'm not gonna complain about it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I've got to be honest about what I saw. Even with a job application in the process, for customer service, I still have to be honest about what I saw, and I was not thrilled. Like you these guys were super strict about when the autographs were over. They were super strict about getting people out of the place. It is just they it's too much, guys. You're doing too much, and that's going to be a turnoff to people. And I just don't want people to be totally turned off just because of that. You know what I mean? The rest of the training camp was good, you know, but if you're going to boycott training camp, you know, because of Tepper, I get it. I'm not mad at you for that at all. In fact, I support you 100% because Tepper's done some clownish things lately. Let's be real, and I'm trying to put that in perspective, But if it's a boycott on training camp because of Tepper, totally get it. You will hear no objection from me. You know, I'm not going to encourage it, considering what I just said. I have an application in the process, so I'm not going to encourage it unless I don't get any callback or anything like that. Then, by all means, let it rip. You know what I mean? But at this point, like I said, Tepper's just going to do what he does. He's a billionaire. He's got billions of dollars. He thinks he can just do whatever he wants, with that money, and expect something to happen with that once you throw some money at it. And I don't think he understands what reporters do. I don't, because when you create like a mini rectangular box, you expect people to fill that box, and what happens to your camera equipment? What happens to your microphones? What happens to your lighting effects? That people come in there with as media people. They need that. Come on. Come on. God forbid you have claustrophobia. Good luck. I mean, God, man. All right, so on offense, three receivers are listed as starters: Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen, Jonathan Mingo. That makes sense. Rookie Xavier Legette, who isn't expected to play Thursday for precautionary reasons. All right, so he's out. Chuba Hubbard is listed as the starting running back, followed by Miles Sanders and Raheem Blackshear. You hear that? All you Miles Sanders haters? He's still second string. Guess what? He does have skills. Because I've seen him run. Oh, but he's not strong enough. He's not hitting the hard walls hard enough. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. I don't want to hear that about Miles Sanders anymore. I just saw the man run with my own two eyes under Dave Canales. Say what you will, but this man has improved. On defense, DJ Johnson is listed as starting outside linebacker opposite Mr. Clowney. Javion Clowney. He's listed as a strong edge setting player at that position. I don't know. Chassion and Iku listed as second string on the chart. Sorry about that. I'm just tired. It's been a busy weekend. I do believe Iku does have the potential to make the 53-man roster. So stay tuned. J.C. Horn, Dane Jackson, this is the starting corners, followed by Lamar Jackson, Caprio Boodle. Troy Hill is named as the nickel starter. Excellent. Followed by Charles Smith Wade. Hey! Okay. I can rock with this. Now, again, where we're concerned is the health of Charles Smith Wade. He needs to stay healthy. I don't know that much about Lamar Jackson, to be honest. He didn't make any plays today. Maybe he will tomorrow morning when I head up there. But so far, no. Dane Jackson actually did make a play. So I was happy with that. And Boodle had a good first 2 to 3 days, right? Yeah. I didn't notice him during this one. So. Full depth chart by quick here. Okay. So let's take a look. Michael Strahan, wide receiver, yeah. Ricky Lee making his way up. I like that Cade Mays and Brady Christensen are sitting behind Austin Corbett. Although, why do you have Cade Mays before Brady Christensen? That's a little bit shy. Let's see. Taylor Bowden still failing to get the job done, but we got Badara Terari. Now, here's my problem. I don't know anything about Badara. Nothing. Haven't heard the name. Nothing. There's Jatavion Sanders, second string. ISM actually dropped a pass today. Okay, let's get into Andy Dalton is hurt, so we ended up getting Jake Luton back from the Saints practice squad. Great move. Great move. Very pleased with that. The wide receiver from the Kentucky Wildcats went back to the free agent list as we added another tight end, you know, to fill the gap. Okay, let's get into the defense. Everything seems to be in order here. I like it. Jesse Joel. Okay. Jesse Jewell, the talk of the town. All right. Nick Scott, I feel like is exactly where he needs to be. Charles Smith Wade, same thing. Beautiful. And Troy Hill doing Troy Hill things. You know, the dude's just a beast. My apologies. I've been falling asleep a little bit here today. Uh, da, 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 da. David Moore was the guy I noticed today. Jack, we now know can intermediate pass. Still got a long way to go. Yeah, everything seems to be in order here. I like it. I like this depth chart. I think we're sitting nice, man. Now it's just a matter of building depth around this. Well, let's see what happens. You know, we got Ricky Lee sitting behind Iggy. I'm okay with that. You know, as long as it's somebody halfway decent behind Iggy, that would be making an upgrade. You know, or staying the same. So cool, 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 cool. So let's see what's going on around the Keep on the community. We do have the tropical storm coming through South Carolina and North Carolina, uh, and parts of Florida. So I do want to be frank with you on that. That storm is going to bring a lot of rain and a lot of wind. So we'll see. Shouldn't have any problem streaming, live streaming the game though from home. Luke Kuechly's on the 2025 Fantasy Football League Hall of Fame. Oh, shit. Shannon Quick says there's been questions about who emerged at the other edge opposite Clowney, but both Jadavian and Canal said that DJ Johnson has been impressive. Clowney calls Johnson one of the best edge setters on the team. That's high praise right there. Hopefully he does what he's supposed to do. What else do we have? Trending. That was a player move. Oh yeah. Xavier Leggett exits practice with a leg injury. Um, Yesterday, and I did not see him on the field today. I did, however, see TMJ. Um, there are a couple of people I did recognize. All right. Panthers Pride, Senators Pride of Focus. Okay, who cares? I do want to apologize. I have been nodding off a little bit today. It's been a busy day today, so. And there's the Julius Peppers enshrinement statue. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And shout out Mad Cata. Shout out all the super fans, that I've met on the way. Love these people. Amazing people. Shout out the dude I met today at training camp as well. I didn't get your name, sir, but it was a joy having you um, to talk to. So keep that in mind. Okay. Let's see what other stuff happened today. Okay, observation. Let's see. Okay, so there was a question about why Bryce Young may or may not play the first preseason game. We're trying to keep him healthy. We're trying to do this, and that, the third. But really, you don't need to. Like, seriously, um, it's a good chance for him to get the reps he needs. So, honestly, the way I see it is, if people get hurt during a preseason game, they get hurt. But you try to do what you can to prevent injuries. Uh, Greg Olson and Luke Kuechly in the house for this one. TMJ left practice after a collision with Deshaun Jamison coming across the middle. He stayed down for a few moments, but he walked off field at athletic training staff. Cool, cool, cool. Hmm. Oh, that shake and bake move. A lot of defensive backs who ended up playing defense because they can't catch. Because if they could, they'd be wide receivers years ago. JC Horn is definitely not in that group. Yeah, that pass was intended for Mingo, and it's Woods that broke that one. Uh, with Moten and Corbett out, the offensive line was a mixed bag Monday. So for depth across the board. Yeah, I noticed that they were out after a certain point. So everybody else had to come in. So when I was throwing shade at Taylor, it's during the time that he was actually here. Building camaraderie. Okay, cool. Essentially the same stuff I saw. Let me read out the things that I saw today. Which are not here. They're in my notebook. Shout out Adam Thielen. Shout out. I think there was one other one that signed my board. Nope. Nope. It was just Adam Thielen today. Okay. In case you missed it, I did get Nick Scott. I got Derek Brown, and I was able to get Orko. Oh, I was able to get Chow Smith's wig. I came very close to getting Bryce today. Bryce was over there. And shout out JC Horn because he was near us during Fan Day. So So, I did come in a little late because of the traffic in Charlotte, but I did manage to make it in. I mentioned David Moore. Chuba had some good runs in the 7-on-7. Horn didn't give up on a play and tracked down Chuba on a deep running play. That was impressive. I was happy with that. So, there we go. Jordan Matthews had a great play to follow that up, and then you had a, like a little screen pass to Sanders. He did really well with that. Boone looks really good. So you had good runs. Deontay Johnson has great hands. I like Deontay Johnson. This is about the time they finally got TMJ involved in the catch. He had a good high point on the ball. Uh, Even though that ball should probably not be thrown that high. Pinkney had a good speed and footwork on his play. ISM, they decided to put him on kick returns. Um, there was one particular play where we had good corner health and a bad throw by Royce. Deep. So Bryce recovers with a good pocket throw, steps up into the pocket, heat, rolls out, does his thing. You know what I mean? Cam Sims, good hands, thrown by Jack. Yeah. So we continue this process here. Chan, Josh Smith Wade on the pass interference on Miles Sanders, inside the 20 drill. But Chuba follows this up, gets a touchdown. Um, Again, my apologies. I'm just really tired. Jack did miss the passes. Uh, David Moore had a good catch. Michael Boone, good play. Good run stopping by the D line. D line had 4 or 5 really good run stops. Or bad throwing by Bryce. Pass deflection on number 36. And Miles Sanders had a drop pass. And to finish it up, Bryce Young had a overthrown ball. That's essentially what went down in the 30 minutes that I was there. 30 to 40 minutes, give or take. So I didn't miss too much. They were just settling into the 11 on 11s right when I walked in. So that's cool. And I think we have covered everything here. Defense starts hot. Offense responds late. It's on the 4th. Josh Smith Wade. Got an article about him. I don't think that's relevant right now. I'll go over that article tomorrow after checking people out. You know. So shout out to Real Sunshine. Keep pounding, brother. Yes, sir. It was it was really interesting. First camp experience, up in Charlotte. Um, uh, I think we've covered everything. We went through the depth chart. We went through all the roster moves. We went through everything. Um, 30 seasons by our Carolina Panthers. 30 seasons. Do I recommend training camp? Still, absolutely. I don't see any other topics unless you guys want to cover something. Feel free to ask questions. Um, oh, kicker competition. Eddie was out there today, so for day 9. So I'm assuming they're going to try out Memphis for day 10. All right. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. XL leaving in a cart. Now, my concern with this is, yes, he'll be back. He's day to day, but for how long is that going to intimidate people? Just knowing that our star wide receiver, our number one pick, is down with an injury. You know, well, it was me, type stuff. You're gonna hear that from all the YouTubers. And honestly, I'm not gonna be that YouTuber that says that. I'm gonna be that YouTuber that points out the fact that we got on a winning streak when KB was injured and out for the year. Yes, that same KB you guys kept making fun of that ate too much Bojangles. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Don't take my word for it. Do the research yourself. Um, I think we pretty much covered all that we want to cover tonight. I need to get some sleep. It's 2:30. I gotta be up early, for practice. And driving through Charlotte, of course, it's gonna be a pain in the rear. So I just want to say thank you guys for tapping in and hanging out with us. Um, hmm. Oh, I forgot to say. a very happy birthday to Mad Cata yesterday. Hope he enjoyed it, and hope it was a lot of fun. All right, so if there's anybody in chat, here's a fun question. Age yourself by naming an NFL running back you grew up watching. I'll start Brian Westbrook. I'm going to say LaDainian Tomlinson. LaDainian Tomlinson was one of my favorite running backs. That and Barry Sanders. Jonathan Stewart as well. I loved watching Jonathan Stewart. He was my favorite Panthers running back from back then. I might argue Stephen Davis would be my second from the early ages of Panthers football. Nowadays, it's definitely CMC. And I think it's not even a fair comparison to add anybody else's name in that mix. At this point, it's really not. So, yeah. Trivia question for everybody. Put it in the comment section if you're watching this on the VOD. Let's get people involved, man. Let's get people involved. Fantasy football, we have one spot open still. For the Keep Pounding League, we are doing a raffle on the 15th. So make sure your contact info and name are on that list of interested parties for that raffle. And yeah, the other league, Ill City, we're not opening up yet to the public. And this fan base is where you would play for a ring, an actual ring, yes. All right. I think that'll cut it. That'll just about do it. Thank you guys. Shout out Black Poppy. Shout out the Real Sunchild. Shout out everybody that checks out the stream on a regular basis and the Facebook page. Thank you for all the new follows. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the love that you guys have for us. It is deeply appreciated. All right, guys. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow around noon or 1. I should be getting back, grabbing some lunch, doing a quick stream, and then hitting the road back for South Carolina again. So I'll do a quick stream just to kind of explain what I saw and what I know to be true. If I'm feeling it, I'll do a stream on the road, but you won't be able to see my face, and I'll be able to read chat once I am stopped, once I have arrived home. So I will not be able to read it for the entire 2 hours if I do a car stream. Keep that in mind. I've got to keep my eyes on the road. So thank you guys. That's the rule for car streams. So thank you guys so much. Stay happy, healthy, and well. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tapping in. I sup, son. And, of course, remember to keep pounding. Peace, guys.
you gotta do is
Oh, you've